First, I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. This is a 6-hour CE focused on advanced study of gay male issues. This is the first segment, which is the introduction, and what I really hope to do is just sort of give you some basic concepts, introduce you to some terms that are going to be important in working with gay male clients. I'm going to do a more formal introduction in just a second, so I'll just let you know my name is Douglas Graves. I am a visiting assistant professor at Alliant International University in the California School of Professional Psychology. I teach several of the LGBT classes here, and I do supervision for some of the students on these issues. I consult in the area, and I've been working this field for a while. But I'll tell you a little bit more when we get to the formal introduction. So what I'd like to do is to give you a quick overview of the 6-hour training tonight. We're going to do the first segment, which is an introduction to me and the general concepts that we're going to be going over. There'll be a section on self-assessment that you'll need to do. That'll be segment 2. Segment 3 will be a section on ethics. Section 4 will focus on theory, and there'll be some video vignettes for you to be able to look at and kind of work with and think about. Segment 5 will be advanced therapeutic issues. Segment 6 will be treatment planning. There will be discussion forums along the way that I'm going to encourage you to utilize, to discuss, and to really expand some of the topics on your own. I'm going to try not to just be sort of the talking head here. For the first hour, I just want to introduce you to the concepts, and so I'll be speaking directly to you. I'll have other exercises and some videos for you to do, a variety of things to kind of keep things interesting. So one of the slides that you're going to see is what I call the pre-post test on the PowerPoint. There are 4 questions there, and what I would encourage you to do is to start thinking about those now as you're going through all of the material. Start thinking about the answer to some of these questions. I've chosen 4 questions that I want to try to cover in the time that we have so that we can really cover a wealth of information in working with gay men. We can't do everything in 6 hours, but we're going to do enough to really give you a good introduction. One of the questions, the first question, are thinking about some key cultural components that are going to be really important. We'll try to cover that in one of the segments focused on general ideas about intersectional components, such as what does it mean to be an Asian American gay male who lives in a wealthy neighborhood who is a professor. That'll be different from the dynamics of perhaps maybe a Euro-American gay male who is impoverished and disabled. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the current and best practices in providing treatment to gay men. We're going to talk a little bit about ethical issues. That's question 3. And I want you to be aware of several things. I'm going to use the APA guidelines, and I know that you may come from a different background professionally, and this is really open and available to more than psychologists, but I'm going to use what I know, and I'm going to use the background and the guidelines that I utilize because I really think that they give you a good framework. Okay. The 4th question will be, what are some important therapeutic issues of which you should be aware? So we'll make sure that we cover a lot of those in the advanced issues later on.